From the fact that this franchise has never once shown you an adult man's face, to the deleted scene that would have wrecked everyone, today we're breaking down 10 Toy Story details nobody noticed. But first, if you love Woody, drop a cowboy hat emoji. And if you're a Pixar fan, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Number 1. There are no adult men in Toy Story. Everyone knows Andy's dad is missing. Almost nobody notices how far that goes. It isn't just Andy's father. Go through the whole franchise and look for a single adult man's face. There isn't one. Andy's household has a mother, a son, and a baby sister. No father in any photograph on any wall. His mother doesn't wear a ring. Molly is a toddler, which means there was a man in that house within the last 2 years, and the films never mention him once, in any form. Now go next door to Sid's house. Sid has a sister, Hannah, and a dog, Scud. And when Woody speaks in his own voice and Hannah hears it, she assumes it's her mother calling her.
Oh, Hannah!
Mom?
So a mother exists too, somewhere off-screen. We never see her either. In fact, the only 2 male faces this franchise ever properly shows you belong to Andy and Sid. 2 boys, that's it. The honest explanation is production reality. Human characters were brutally expensive to build in 1995, so Pixar built the absolute minimum and cropped everything else out of frame. But sit with what that accidentally created: an entire universe where no adult man has ever been seen, in a series obsessed with fathers and absence. And Andy's mother doesn't even get a first name until the credits roll, where she's listed only as Mrs. Davis. Number 2. The company that moved. Andy now makes the tablet. And here's a detail in the newest film that is far heavier than a background gag. When Bonnie gets the lily pad, look at the brand printed on the tablet: Eggman Technology. Now go back to the end of the very first Toy Story. The moving truck, the one carrying Andy's entire life to a new house. The one Woody and Buzz spend the whole third act chasing down a road. Same name. Eggman is a running Pixar gag that's been in the background since 1995, and putting it on that tablet is either the best accident in the franchise or a deliberate piece of writing, because think about what that company has now done to these toys twice. In 1995, Eggman was the thing that nearly took Woody away from Andy, the truck pulling out of the driveway with everything in it. 30 years later, Eggman is the thing taking a child's attention away from her toys entirely. Same company, same job. It just stopped needing a truck. Number 3. 4 more Easter eggs in the newest film Pixar, buried a lot in the background of that tablet. Rebit. When Jessie and Bullseye start poking at the screen, there's a page open called Rebit, a very thin disguise for a certain enormous internet forum where roughly 90% of the theories on this channel come from. A recycled ocean. Someone on that page has posted a photo of the sea. Look closely and it's a reused background from Finding Nemo. Pixar quietly rated its own hard drive for set dressing: A113. When Jessie turns over Emily's photo, the classic Pixar signature is on the back. A113 is the CalArts classroom where a generation of their animators studied, and it has been hidden in nearly every film they've made. A beaver where it shouldn't be. When Lilypad sends friend requests to Bonnie's classmates, one of the girls has a beaver avatar and a matching beaver case on her tablet. That's a nod to Hoppers, Pixar's other recent film they advertised inside their own movie. Number 4. Bonnie's iguana died between movies. This is the darkest joke Pixar has ever hidden in a credits sequence, and it takes about 4 seconds to land. Here's the setup. Woody and Buzz need to use the tablet, and they physically can't. Plastic hands don't register on a touchscreen, so they improvise and grab Bonnie's pet iguana using its foot to tap the glass for them. Great gag. The iguana's name is Sammy the Second. Now watch the credits at the end of the film. The iguana listed is Sammy the Third. Different animal, which means somewhere between that scene and the end of the movie, the lizard Woody and Buzz were operating a tablet with didn't make it, and Bonnie's family quietly replaced him with an identical one and carried on. Nobody says a word about it. It's just sitting there in the credits, waiting for someone to read them. And in a franchise obsessed with what happens when something you love gets swapped out for a copy, that is a very pointed thing to put in the small print. Number 5. The batteries are from 1995. And here's a detail that will only mean something to people who grew up with the first film. At one point, Jessie finds a set of batteries. Ordinary prop, one shot, no dialogue about it. Look at the design. They're the exact same batteries from the original Toy Story, the ones that spill out when the toy radio hits the floor at Andy's house. Same shape, same markings, same everything. That model was built in 1995 on machines that would now be considered antiques by animators solving problems nobody had solved before. And 30 years later, it's still in the film, which is the whole franchise in one prop, honestly. Everything around it got replaced. The software, the studio, the technology, the kid. The batteries are still the batteries. Number 6. The The aliens turned the claw into a religion. Let's talk about the strangest piece of world building in this entire series, because we all just accepted it. The little green aliens do not treat the claw as a machine. They treat it as a god. They speak about it in reverent tones.
It chooses who will go and who.
They believe it chooses who ascends. They refuse to interfere with its judgment. That is not a personality quirk. That is a fully formed belief system with a deity, a doctrine, and a rapture. And here's what makes it perfect. They're right. Something does reach down from above and decide who gets taken. It does choose, and there is no arguing with it. And the ones it picks genuinely do go on to a better existence. The only thing they've got wrong is what it is. Their god is a cheap arcade grabber operated by whoever put in a coin. And at the climax of Toy Story 3, when it saves everyone from the incinerator, it's being operated by them. Pixar built an actual religion out of a claw machine and then had the believers become the gods. Number 7. Lotso was right all along now, for the one that will genuinely annoy you. Everyone remembers Lotso as the villain who gave up on hope, and his big speech in Toy Story 3 gets treated as pure bitterness. Lotso, we're all just trash, waiting to be thrown away. Easy to dismiss, except look at what actually happened to him. Lotso got left behind on a picnic. He didn't sulk about it, he walked all the way home across an enormous distance because he believed his kid was waiting. And when he finally got there was another bear in his spot. Identical. Same model, same face. And Daisy hadn't noticed the difference. That's the moment that broke him, and it isn't an unreasonable thing to take from it. He didn't conclude that his owner was evil. He concluded that no toy is irreplaceable.
He replaced all of us!
Because he just watched himself get swapped out by a child who loved him and didn't spot the switch. The film spends its whole runtime arguing he's wrong about that. The franchise has spent 30 years accidentally proving him right. Number 8. And now they're not even competing with toys, because look at where the newest film puts them. In the first movie, Woody's rival was Buzz, a better toy. In Toy Story 2, the threat was a display case. In the third, it was being outgrown. Every single time, the competition was another thing you play with. Now Bonnie has a screen, and a screen is not a rival toy. It's a rival that updates. It has new games every week, new challenges, new features, an endless supply of new. It never gets boring because it's designed by people whose entire job is making sure it doesn't. Woody has a pull string. He's had the same pull string since 1995. He says the same 7 things. That's the fight now, and it isn't a fair one. So go back to Lotso's speech one more time. He said every kid moves on eventually, and the toys called him a bitter old bear for it. He wasn't describing what children are like. He was describing what was coming. Number 9. Why Woody really left Bonnie. Everyone reads the ending of Toy Story 4 as a love story. Woody sees Bo Peep, remembers what he lost, and chooses her. That's half of it. Watch what actually changes in him across that film. He doesn't just find Bo, he finds an entire world he didn't know existed. Lost toys. Toys with no child, no home, no purpose, and nobody coming for them. The carnival, the antique store, Forky in a bin. And Woody is uniquely, absurdly good at exactly one thing: getting a lost toy back where it belongs. He's been doing it for 4 films. He crossed a city for Buzz, he crossed a country for Jessie, he crossed a highway repeatedly for a spork that didn't want to be saved. So by the end, he's looking at 2 options. Option 1, go back and be one of dozens of toys in a bedroom belonging to a kid who reaches for him occasionally. Option 2, go where the toys who have nobody are and do the thing he's better at than anyone alive. He didn't abandon a child. He finally worked out that being a toy and being needed aren't the same job, and that after 30 years, he was allowed to pick the second one. Number 10, the deleted scene that would have wrecked everyone. And here's the one that'll actually get you. There's a sequence that was written for the newest film and cut before release, and knowing it exists changes how you watch the whole franchise. Jessie meets Emily again. Emily, the girl who loved her, outgrew her, and left her in a donation box. The reason Jessie panics in storage, the reason she can't be left in the dark, the single deepest wound in this entire series, and the one thing the films have never gone back to. In the cut version, she finds her. And Emily is a grandmother now, an old woman, decades past the girl in the flashback who once put a cowgirl doll in a box and drove away. That's the scene. Not a rescue, not a reunion where a kid takes her toy back. Just 2 characters who last saw each other a lifetime ago, one of whom hasn't aged a single day. It didn't make the film, and you can see why. It's an enormous emotional detour in a movie that needed to be about Bonnie, but somebody wrote it. Somebody boarded it. For a while, Pixar seriously considered giving Jessie the closure Woody got in Toy Story 3, and then decided the franchise couldn't carry 2 of those. So it's out there, finished enough to have been cut. The saddest backstory in Toy Story has an ending. We just don't get to see it. So tell me, should that scene have made the film? Let me know in the comments. And that's it. Which one surprised you the most? A theory or a tiny detail? Let me know in the comments. If you want the next part, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're uncovering even more secrets next time.